We are a 501c3, so again, thank you. Your ticket sales are crucial for what we do. Word of mouth is also the best marketing tool available. If you have a good time tonight, please tell somebody or somebody's, please. One of our fun fundraising methods is a piggy bank in the lobby, and she's so creative, and she's also very hungry. So if you could feed her, she loves dollar bills, $100 bills she really likes. So please consider feeding her. It helps us out, and thank you. Every show, she's creative, and she changes her name, and she creates a whole character. For this show, she is Porky Part 2, and in a couple of minutes, you're going to understand why that's funny. Sit back, relax, and enjoy Around the World in 80 Days.
Ladies and gentlemen, you now stand at one of the grand old institutions of Great Britain. Established in 1694, the Bank of England keeps a watchful eye upon the investments of the most successful companies across the globe. As you may have observed, gold, silver, and banknotes are freely exposed. So convinced are we by the honesty of our patrons. To prove this, you will see neither a grating nor guard anywhere throughout the immense hall. Stop! My dear sir, I think these are yours. Bye. It's happened again! Bank of England's robbed Rita Albaldens. £55,000 stolen. Scotland Yard issues latest a suspect.
Good hello. Never trust the public transport of England. Excusez-moi. Is this the servants' union?
It is. Join the queue.
Queue. What is that?
You must be German.
No. Je suis français.
Oh, well, that explains the waistcoat. Take a seat.
Well, should I take it?
Sit down. You're not the only servant looking for work, you know.
Ooh, the man is monstrous, unbearable. How I kept my position as long as this is miraculous.
Mr. Foster, this behaviour is neither seemly nor befitting to a gentleman's gentleman.
Well, my tether is truly at an end, Mr. Carstairs. He's barbaric.
Mr. Foster, kindly moderate your outbursts. Remember, you are an Englishman.
Look at me. I'm a shadow of my former self, Mr. Carstairs. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Everything to the second. Man doesn't need a servant, he needs a metronome. I have left his service, Mr. Carstairs. Nothing would entice me to go back there, Mr. Carstairs. And furthermore, Mr. Carstairs, I am joining the French Foreign Legion.
It seems our position has just this moment become vacant. Step forward if you are searching for employment. Very good. The employee is Mr. Phileas Fogg. Congratulations, Mr.
Passepartout. Jean Passepartout, at your service.
Not at mine, dear sir, and Mr. Fogg.
So you don't want to see my credentials?
I think for once we could waive the formalities. Report to him at number 7, Savile Row, Bellington Gardens at 11 o'clock precisely. And may I extend to you my deepest sympathies?
Sympathies? For what? Wait, who is this Mr. Fogg?
Who is this Mr. Fogg? Why, the whole of London knows Mr. Fogg.
I'm Parisian.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No matter. Your survival that it sounds is still somewhat dubious.
A gentleman's gentleman should always be aware. You should blend into the decor like a table or a chair. You should always be unflustered,
Untarnished and discreet.
so his master be the talk of every tavern on the street. There is nothing that could faze him, be the tempest, flood, or fire.
Except there's one exception, Mr. Phileas Fogg is tall. Who could decimate a man with just a solitary stare? Break him in a single moment, fill his soul with deep despair. Then there's some who call him strange or odd, bizarre or simply quaint. He could try the steadfast patience of the saintly yet still saint.
by the tick of every second. So you'll never swerving, Mr. Fogg.
Every drop of shaving water must always be just so. Ever not the simple servant in this one degree below. Ever down to bend and leisure, not as easy as you think. He can drive a man to drink. Oi! Inspector's house in order, like the workings of a clock. There's a label on each tie and time of day for every sock. So with a man of precision, you'll be hounded night and day.
Still you wish you never left the port of jolly oak lake.
His name is Fogg.
It's Mr. Fogg. So ridiculous, it's ridiculous, Mr. Fogg. Longfellow in the burrow is so bold and also thorough. So exacting, it's distracting, Mr. Fogg. The time is the passé partout. Time is of the essence. Mr. Fogg abhors tardiness.
You must be the new servant.
Miss Falk?
Fogg.
Well,
Fogg.
yeah.
You are French.
I should hope so. Probably understand the word I say.
I trust your references are in order.
Oui, I can tell my how to do anything myself. As you can see, I've been a singer, a fireman, a tightrope walk.
You're late. What time do you make it?
It is 11:22.
Your watch is slow.
Something proceed myself. This is an impeccable timepiece.
Nevertheless, it's 4 minutes slow.
But myself,
Take note, passé partout. As of this moment, 11:26, the morning of the 2nd of October, 1872, you are working for me. I will have your schedule, and I will return from the Reform Club at midnight.
I've seen waxworks and Madame Tussauds with more life than my new master. But this will suit me just fine. A quiet life, a normal life. Just a simple peace and quiet with no stress or strife. And the only bit of drama is if someone calls too loud or the slightly funny shape. The occasional passing cloud, I'll be content to try to venture in, away from all the noise and din. Little place where tedium is rife, for just a chance of living a simple, happy, quiet life. It's a life that's so sublime. Everything is right on time. I'll be happy with this schedule from his breakfast time to bed. You'll see that everything I do is right on time. I work for Falk, that's Master Falk. Fine upstanding,
But demanding, Mr. Fogg, Mr. Fogg.
I'll be happy with this dust now. For life a soul like must
So fastidious that it's hideous, Mr. Fogg. Mr. Fogg, Mr. Fogg. Take us to battle, he's the national
Mr. Falk, Mr. Falk, Mr. Falk.
to the sent to an asylum. Makes you feel you're so punctilious down that Mr. Fogg. Mr. Fogg.
Makes you feel you're so punctilious, supercilious, filious.
Terrible business at the bank, Ralph.
Blasted nuisance, £55,000 stolen.
A pretty penny, I must say. Dave's probably long gone.
On the contrary, there is no conceivable way the criminal will escape our clutches. We've sent the best detectives in the business all over the world. Every point of entry and exit. He'll never get away with it.
Of course he won't. British justice is the best we have in this country.
Nevertheless, he has robbed the Bank of England blind.
He must be a bank director.
Excuse me? We don't rob, we take bonuses. It's an entirely different kettle of fish.
Flippancy aside, Dave's an intelligent man, and a man like that will not be caught.
There isn't a single
single country he can hide in.
The world is a big place.
That used to be true, gentlemen. But at present, one can traverse the globe in a mere 80 days.
80 days.
80 days. The opening of a new section of the Indian Peninsula Railway has made it entirely possible.
Gentlemen, Mr. Fogg is entirely correct. It says so in the Morning Chronicle, from London to Suez via the Mont Cenis Tunnel and Brindisi.
7 days.
Suez to Bombay.
13 days.
Bombay to Calcutta.
3 days.
Calcutta to Hong Kong.
13 days.
Hong Kong to Yokohama.
6 days.
Yokohama to San Francisco.
22 days.
San Francisco to New York.
7 days.
And from New York to London.
9 days.
Giving you a total of
80 days.
Oh, but this is all conjecture, Fogg. Your whole schedule takes nothing into account. Bad weather, adverse winds, shipwrecks, derailments. Good God, man, it only takes a wet leaf on the line and British transport comes to a halt.
I have taken into account every such eventuality.
Heaven knows what sort of drama these foreign Johnnies will come up with. They're savages out there, you know. They'll have your scalp for the tea cozy as soon as they look at you. And when it gets to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, some of them don't even stop for tea. Good God!
The whole venture is quite feasible.
In theory, Fogg, you may be right. But in practice...
In practice, too.
I'd like to see you prove it. I bet £4,000 that such a journey in 80 days is impossible.
My friend, old man, you have to be joking.
I never joke where money is concerned.
I am fully prepared to prove my point.
When?
Straight away. I have £20,000 deposited with Baring Brothers, and I'm quite willing to risk it.
£20,000? 20,000 that you could lose as a result of an unexpected delay.
There is no such thing as the unexpected.
It can be done.
I expected you to say that. Gentlemen, I'm willing to bet my entire £20,000 against anyone that I can traverse the globe in 80 days or less. Do you accept?
It's preposterous.
It's absurd.
Quite the most fantastic thing I've ever heard.
But to risk a fortune on a foolish wager.
Never fret.
It can't be done.
By anyone.
I'll take that bet.
Very well, gentlemen. The Dover train leaves at 8:45 this evening, and I shall be on it. I will be back in the drawing room of the Reform Club in precisely 80 days. In other words, 1,920 hours. Or, if you prefer, 115,200 minutes. Lesser men would call it reckless. Foolish rash or simply feckless. Say it's just a joke or passing phase. It can be done, it will be done, and yes, my friends, I am the one to go around the world in 80 days.
In 80 days, no!
And Englishmen will say that's where we differ. The thought just makes my upper lip get stiffer. By boat, by train, by God, by chaise, I'll make it round the world in 80 days.
Around the world in 80 days. Let's hope that you can parlez-vous a little on Francis. Around the world in 80 days. From Brindisi across the sea to Suez and Bombay. The place is going native, the weather's blazing hot.
And if you're not creative, you could wind up in a pot.
The globe is full of dangers, you could die 1,000 ways. But since you must, I'm sure reach on you. Get around the world in 80 days.
You know, I went abroad once. Didn't like it. Full of foreigners.
You'll cross a dark and savage land.
It's full of snakes and bellyaches.
I think you'll understand. From old Calcutta's shining sea, it's lucky if alligators will ever leave the key. The pirates run their shipping, it's never fun in larks.
Adventure's not so ripping when you're torn apart by sharks.
The globe is full of dangers, you could die 1,000 ways. But since you must, I'm sure we taught you. Get around the world in 80 days.
Pom-pom, the pearl of the Orient.
How can anyone say anything bad about the Chinese? Whatever unspeakable things they eat, they have the good manners to wash it down with tea.
Better get the ticket from Hong Kong Bay. Navigate the hurricane, come what may. You can be a picture of houseboat man if you get to Komer, Yokohama in Japan.
The cold land of tiny trees and even tinier people.
Now on to San Francisco by steamship.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light a
Boston, damned Americans know nothing about geography.
Who knows the ghastly perils wait to trouble you when passing through each horrifying state? And should you cross the great divide to get to Blakely is a mighty feat to Louis side. Sorry for British, but there are certain times it simply isn't British to be seen in foreign climes. So save yourself the hardship and grab the old malaise. Go to Bryson, go to home, go to Cornell by Joe. You will never get around the world in 80 days. Never 80 days.
Passez-partout! Passez-partout! This is the second time I have had to call you.
Monsieur, you are back.
How very observant. Well done.
You said you'll put down by midnight.
I trust it hasn't put you out. Fetch my bag.
Of course. Now I'll back at once.
We are going around the world
Around the world?
in 80 days. No time to explain. There, 20,000 pounds should be enough, don't you think?
Oh, mon Dieu.
Treat it with care.
Like a woman, monsieur.
A woman.
I wouldn't mind getting my hands on it.
Is that all you French ever think about?
Sometimes I think about wine, clothes, monsieur.
See? We shall buy what we need along the way. Is that everything?
It is.
Then we are on our way. Gentlemen, the time has come. I trust the various stamps in my passport will suffice as regards to the places I've been.
Not necessary, old man. You are an Englishman, and an Englishman is as good as his word.
Nevertheless, it shall be done.
80 days, that's the wager.
And not a second later.
Around the world in 80 days. You'll never get a better bet, it's Britain's latest phrase. Around the world in 80 days. It'll inspire the empire in 100,000 ways.
I think that's a castle.
If fellow look intense, if you have left the gas on it, burn at your expense.
Oh, you!
But it's on this fellow, he deserves the greatest praise. He can do it, yes he can. He's a true Englishman, and he's sure to get around the world in 80 days. Never, never, never 80 days.
Still, I have found the prospects out to go around the world in 80 days.
80 days, 80 days, 80 days. Around the world in 80 days.
Left London, Wednesday, 2nd of October, 8:45 p.m. Arrived Paris, Thursday, 3rd of October, 7:20 a.m.
Ah, Paris.
Bonjour. Je suis en français typique.
Left Paris, Thursday, 3rd of October, 8:40 a.m.
Au revoir.
Arrived Turin, Friday, 4th of October, 6:35 a.m.
Ciao, you want to buy a souvenir from Turin, signore?
I'm not buying that. There's a stain on it. Ugh.
Left Turin, Friday, 4th of October, 7:20 a.m.
In the dirt sheet.
Arrived Brindisi, Saturday, 5th of October, 5 p.m.
Ciao again.
Wait. Haven't we met before?
I have a brother in Turin.
Where could we find the steamship Mongolia, my good man?
The Mongolia, signore? It is just coming to the dock now.
Boarded the Mongolia, Saturday, 5th of October. Next stop, Suez.
Arrivederci.
Damn these foreign flies! At least British ones have godforsaken places to be stationed. Suez.
Where's the British consul? Good. And clean up after that filthy animal! This place is worse than Whitechapel!
I know a marvelous doctor who'd reset that leg, you know.
Sorry?
Never mind. Can you smell something funny?
What?
Nothing. What can I do for you?
I'm Inspector Fix, and I'm looking for the steamship Mongolia.
The Mongolia, you say? It'll be up the canal in no time. Magnificent canal this, you know? Cut the time of the trade routes in half.
I ain't got time for a bleeding history lesson. I'm on the trail of a dangerous bank robber. Pinched 55,000 quid from the Bank of England. Brazen he is.
I vaguely remember seeing something at the time.
Yeah, well, I'm here to arrest the villain, and I believe he's on the Mongolia.
And you are?
Inspector Fix. Scotland Yard. I need a warrant for arrest.
We can't just hand arrest warrants out willy-nilly. It's just not, well, British. If we started handing out warrants left, right, and center for this and that, where would we be? I tell you where we'd be. Italy.
I have a description of the man.
You may have a portrait done in oils and signs by the artist, dear fellow. Without notification from the Commissioner of Scotland Yard, a warrant cannot and will not be issued. Simple as that.
Please slow the man down. Detain him till I have the warrant.
If his papers are in order, I can do nothing but stamp them and send him on his way.
Bloody red tape.
Of course, it's what makes Britain great. Are you sure you can't smell anything?
I smell felonies, sir.
No, that's not it.
That crook is on the Mongolia. I can feel it in me water.
I wish you every success on your endeavors, Mr. Fitz. Oh, I'd advise you to stay out of the noonday sun. Sends Englishmen a little loopy, you know.
The Mongolia. And if I'm not mistaken, a cargo full of suspects.
Excusez-moi. Could you point me in the direction of the British consul? I need our passport stamped.
That man I just saw you talking to.
My master, yes?
The owner of said passport, is he?
He is.
Well, if he wants to stamp with a British visa, he's going to have to prove his identity by presenting himself in person.
Oh, he won't be too pleased. He's in a bit of a alley, you see.
I bet he is. Left London in a rush, did you?
Like a flash. Last Wednesday, Monsieur Farrell came back from his club, and 10 minutes later, we're on our way around the world.
Around the world.
In 80 days.
Bit of a nutter, is he, on Mr. Fogg? Rich, is he?
I should say so. He is carrying a fortune with him. Fresh banknotes. Doesn't mind spending it either. Promised the chief engineers of Mongolia a huge bonus to get us to Bombay ahead of time. Talking of time, I've got to get back to myself now.
You should have a little look around the bazaar. After all, it's only midday.
Midday? No, it's 9:52.
Your watch is slow.
My watch is as accurate as the day it was made.
You've kept in London time, which is 2 hours behind Suez. You need to reset your watch to the right time in each country.
I'll tell my watch, never. Can you spell something for me?
Not a thing.
No.
I knew it. This Mr. Fogg is my man. I can smell villainy a mile off. The whiff of skullduggeries in the air.
Oh, the man on the quayside told me that you had to go in person.
No matter, Passepartout. We shall adhere to every rule and regulation just as every Englishman should.
I'm a Frenchman.
Try to keep it in check. There's a good man. Come along.
Good day to you. You're lucky coffee in time. I was just closing up for the afternoon. Doesn't do for a man to be out in the blazing sun at midday. Sends you a loopy, you know.
Not to worry, old man. Just a little matter of a British visa. Could you stamp the old passport?
You are Mr. Phileas Fogg,
I am.
He is.
and this is your manservant.
Passepartout.
He is. We've just come from London and on our way to Bombay.
Very well. You are aware that visa formalities are unnecessary and that passports need not be shown.
I am. I just need proof that I've been through Suez.
Fair enough. Enjoy Bombay. Don't drink the water.
You see, this poor fellow, he fits the description of a thief exactly. I'll get to the bottom of this. That lucid Frenchie's pamphlet, something's given the right push. Send a telegram to London with an urgent request for an arrest warrant.
And you?
I'll board their boat and follow the 15 and one more in British territory in Bombay. I'll go up to him calmly, warrant him and say politely, yes! How much time do you have before the Mongolians set sail?
You've just enough time to sing a short but insightful song about villainy.
I've always lived my life by the book. Every chance I've had has been took. I remember when my father said life brings its own reward, which really was ironic, cause they laughed about the fraud. Me mother wept and beat her chest and cried he should be free. But I had gone and dropped him in, cause honesty is my policy. I feel reflective, I'm glad I'm a great detective, so felons beware, I'll always be there. I'll find this always getting my man. So give me some docile dungaree filled with a pinch of muggery, having a can. I'm floating on air, I'll find this always getting my man. Some blokes are happy with their literature and arts. I'm never happy if there's holes and holes of abundant hearts. If on board a list it says some bloke who's killed his mistress, I'll put him away to cheer up my day. I'll find this always in my man. If there is a death in Venice or anything cracked with menace, I'll let your rest fling. Boy, don't like them swing. I'll find this always in my man. I find adventure gripping no more than when Jack was ripping a murderous spree. Just fills me with glee. I'll find this always in my man. I'll unearth the clues on any crime that's there. Oh, I love digging up the dead as much as billionaire. If there is a crime of Magdalene murder, oh my Magdalene, take it from me. I guarantee I'll find this always in my man. I like the strain of busily dissecting something grisly. Just take a look. I'll find that book. I'll find this always in my man. I'm grateful to be saluted when someone is executed. I'm happy to serve what I deserve. I'll find this always in my man. Some folks like to study poetry and flowers. Oh, I can study melody, got for hours and hours and hours. When Sherlock begins deducting, I easily find I'm sucking with robberies. The Lord who's keeping score. I'll find this always in my. Find this always in my. Find this always in my man. That's right. Mr. Fogg, you have found your match. One more time! Just hear about these premises. This bloke has found his nemesis, Inspector Fix. Begin something. I'll find this always in my man. Don't want to be dramatic, but honestly, I'm ecstatic with Fogg in my sight. I'm washed with delight. I all over London. Seems people will do anything for money.
There's only one honest way to make money. The way I did. Inherit it.
Did you hear that the city is going mad with the news? Fogg has left Suez already? He'll be well on his way to Bombay by now.
Ah, Marcel, it's you.
So it is. You still traveling with that mad Englishman?
I am. Very good to see you again, Marcel.
Fix?
Marcel Fix. Have you met each other before?
Well, yes, sir, I work for Pino.
Ah, so you must know India.
Oh, I've got a back of my hand full of exotic beasties and dusky maids with great beauty.
Let's all pass the time to look around.
Still in a hurry then? Where's my Mr. Fogg? I never see him on deck.
Sir Fogg thinks that the landscape keeps him away of his journey, so he spends most of his time below deck, playing whist with the other passengers. But for me, travel expands the mind.
It presupposes you have one in the first place.
You smell anything funny?
Must be the sea air.
Ah,
I see that Lord Albemarle has bet £5,000 on Fogg winning his wager.
He should keep his money. Fogg will never do it.
That's not what the Times says. Says he's arrived in Bombay 2 days ahead of schedule.
That's impossible.
It's the British press. It must be true.
Bombay already? Damn that man.
It is now precisely 4:30. The train for Calcutta leaves exactly at 8 o'clock. You have a list of items you need to buy.
I do, Marcel.
And I do not need to emphasize how important it is to be on the dot.
No, Marcel.
Very well. I shall go directly to the passport office.
You mean not be taking in the sights? I mean, the temples and the ruins.
We have ruins in England. I can see a better class of rubble at home.
Is this the Bombay Police headquarters?
It is.
I need to see the chief.
I'm the chief. Now what is it you want?
I'm Inspector Fix and I believe you have a warrant for the arrest of a dangerous fake robber. It was sent from London.
No warrant.
I need a warrant.
There is no warrant here.
Then issue one. We're talking about an added criminal here.
British law has its precedents, and this is not one of them. Now get out of here before you feel the wrong end of my truncheon.
Sam! There's nothing for it but to keep this blasted Fogg in my sight until the warrant arrives.
What a day! If the journey ended right here, I could die happy. I mean, each temple is more magnificent than the last. Oh, well, home. Now.
These are shoes!
Yes? The one you see other way up!
Desecrate a temple with your filthy shoes!
How dare you! These were freshly cleaned this morning!
Sacrilege, you're an animal!
Wait! I thought you're supposed to be pacifists!
Well, in your case, we will make an exception!
The train leaves in precisely 2 minutes.
Look at him. No care in the world. It's a proper gentleman's face. Ain't got no decorum.
Marcel, my shoes, the temple, priest. They took my shoes, Marcel.
Pastor Partout, we have a train to catch.
A crime committed on Indian soil. Aha! I've got my man.
We have lost the infidel!
Not necessarily. The British government looks upon this sort of thing very seriously. Infidels in your temple. If you let this thing out, this place will be streaming with American tourists. Or you can say Bangalore. Come with me, I have a cunning plan.
By Jove, if it isn't Mr. Fogg, I never forget a face. Brigadier General Sir Francis Cromarty. Pleased with you on board the Mongolia. An admirable opponent, I must say.
Ah, of course. Rejoining your troops.
The Nar is bound. Still making good time on your wager.
So far, Sir Francis.
Marvelous place, India. Got everything. Statues, kedgeree, cricket. If it weren't for malaria, do you think you're in Surrey? What time do you make it?
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, Sir Francis.
Poppycock, you're 4 hours slow. You're set to London time. You need to set your watch in every destination.
I never touch my timepiece, Sir Francis.
Suit yourself. Devilishly stubborn fellow, your man, A. Fogg.
Sorry, miles away. Working out our travel time so far.
Quite so. Train seems to be slowing. Never a lover of the railways myself. They just encourage common people to travel about needlessly. Has the train stopped?
No more track.
No more track. What do you mean, no more track?
Train has nowhere to go. End of line.
The Times said this line ran from Bombay to Calcutta.
Never trust the newspaper sources, Sahib. The other passengers already know about it, Sahib, and made prior arrangements to travel the 50 miles between here and where the train line begins again in Allahabad.
Hellfire! 50 of the darkest savage miles India has to offer. Dash it all, this is ludicrous.
Not so, Sir Francis. There is always a way. Passepartout. We'll find some means of transport.
Most of the alternatives have already been booked, Sahib.
Then we shall have to be creative.
This delay is extremely prejudicial to your interests, eh, Fogg?
By no means, Sir Francis. I knew unforeseen circumstances would arise. I have 2 spare days at my disposal. The steamer for Hong Kong leaves Calcutta at midday on the 25th. Today is the 22nd, and I have no doubt that I shall reach Calcutta on time.
Marcel, there is nothing.
Nothing?
Well, when I say there's nothing, there may have been something.
Ah, show me.
Hi, George. An elephant.
Splendid, Passepartout. We must speak with the owner.
Allow me, Fogg. I've lived in India most of my life, and I can safely say I know as much about the characters and customs of this place as any native. We want to hire your elephant.
This is as high as he gets, Sahib.
She says...
I think I've got the gist.
He says...
I think I can take it from here, Sir Francis. Look, girl, I would like to rent your elephant.
Not for rent. King Ooni is a very special animal, Sahib. His father is a Steinway piano, and his mother is an umbrella stand in the palace of Queen Victoria.
God bless her.
Kiouni has been bred for war.
Then I would like to buy him.
Are you starting a war?
1,000 pounds.
No, I could not part with such a noble beast for a sum like that.
1,200.
No.
1,500.
No.
1,800.
No! Besides, Kiouni is part of the family.
2,000 pounds.
Nice knowing you.
You've been diddled, sir.
No doubt, but where else could we get an elephant at such short notice? Now, all we need is a guide.
Guide for hire!
I'll say where to.
What better way to see India, Saki?
I don't want to see India, I want to get to Calcutta.
From Gujarat to Bengal Bay, from Gorakhpur to Mandalay, no one could label you per se, sitting on the back of an elephant.
A horse, of course, would suit me fine.
Travels from good beauty divine.
But this is where I draw the line.
Sitting on the back of an elephant.
Any famous Maharaja riding through the Raj will not forget this great hefty creature who would have done a feature in your bed.
I must admit we're quite iconic.
Backside something chronic.
God, I need a gin and tonic. Sitting on the back of an elephant.
Yes, I know I should grumble, also the dumber with each bump. So it's hard to make me roll, it takes every bullet on my arm.
Mode of transport is irrelevant, sitting on the back of an Indian elephant.
Though I'm truly in my element. Sitting on the back of an elephant.
I'm a quite colossal living fossil.
Bulky, sulky, big and bulky.
Trampling, stamping, goals and clumping.
Monster of an Indian elephant.
Why have we stopped?
Brahmins! Funeral session! Procession, Sahib!
Funeral?
Brahmins! We need to hide, Sahib! If they see us, they will slay us!
What the deuce? How do we hide an elephant?
Leave it to me, sir.
Khalid, the goddess of love and death.
Death, maybe. But love? Have you seen her? Oh, yeah.
Human sacrifice. This only
His wife is to be burned within at dawn.
Is there no one who could save her?
She is an orphan, Sahib. Some say she has relatives in Hong Kong, but they are not here to save her. She's as good as dead.
But Lucille, we can't just leave her. A beautiful young woman like that, bound to a crisp. It's barbaric. Not to say a waste.
Her name is Ayuda. She was educated in England.
England, you say? Well, that settles it. She must be saved.
Jolly good show. A man of hearts after all, Fog. A rescue mission.
But how? She's guarded by armed police. So many of them.
She's accustomed to sleep before the ceremony, Sahib.
Ah, then that is when we shall strike.
Allow me, Fog. I pride myself in being a brilliant strategist. Now, all we need to do is place a regiment on that hillside there, a regiment on that overlook there, Ali flanking the temple, and the rest of us can circle around to meet the skirmish head into that clearing over there.
There are 4 of us.
Modern warfare does have its drawbacks. Speaking as a military man, I should say, we're buggered.
Not yet, Sir Francis. I'll say part 2.
He's gone. That's the problem with the French. And so,
French.
Waste time. It's almost dawn.
Oh, too late, Sahib. The priests are awake. They're lighting the funeral pyre.
And all is lost.
Oh, wait! Look, Sahib! The Raja rises from the grave and he takes the girl in his arms. Save us!
She's right, Fog. The dead man is walking from the burning pyre.
Passepartout!
And you think I doubted you, my little French friend?
How was our guest, Sir Francis?
Still unconscious. Suffering from shock.
I think this calls for a little brandy.
Splendid idea.
Not you.
Oh yes, of course. Here, madam, take a sip. It will revive you.
Look, Sahib, we are entering Allahabad.
Doesn't time fly?
Just as well. We need to be in Japan by Act 2.
What?
Monsieur, what about Kioni?
The elephant? We can't take a 2-ton beast around the world with us.
But we can't just leave him. He'll be lonely.
Girl,
Yes, Sahib.
you have been an outstanding guide. This noble beast is yours.
Mine, but Sahib, he is worth a fortune.
Take him and treat him with respect.
Kioni, Mommy's home.
Allahabad Station! All aboard! All stations to Benares and Calcutta.
Where am I?
You are safe, dear lady.
I don't understand.
Mr. Fogg here is lengthening to save you, Mrs. Aouda.
I am free? Oh, my fearless gentleman, may the gods look down on you and smile, my wonderful, wonderful gentleman.
Oh, don't mind me.
Madam, there is no need to cause a scene. It was nothing. Nothing is all. You are safe now.
Not strictly true, old man. You've upset the order of things. Those savages will not stop till they track this young lady down. If she stays in India, she will be found. She is not safe of her diabolical fate unless she flees the country, out of the frying pan and into the fire, so to speak.
Then I am doomed. I cannot run forever.
Passepartout, handkerchief, if you please. Dry your eyes, dear lady. You are my responsibility now. You have relatives in Hong Kong, do you not?
I do, sir, an uncle, Mr. Jejuboy.
Then you shall accompany us to Hong Kong, where you can stay till this whole wretched business has died down.
Splendid idea.
How can I ever repay you?
I think nothing of it.
Benares Station!
Well, this is my stop, gentlemen. What an adventure! Something to tell the troops back at base camp. Good luck with your wager, Fogg. If anyone can do it, you can. Bonsoir, old thing. Chin chin. Cheerio. Toodaloo. Napoo. Goodbye.
That might make an excellent song one day.
Next stop, Calcutta.
It seems our little detour has cost us the 2 days we gained along our trip between London and Bombay.
Oh, sacre bleu.
French expletives aside, all will be well. If we can make the Rangoon steamer to Hong Kong in time, everything will be right back on track.
Mr. Fogg is in a hurry.
Yes, Betsy can travel around the world in 80 days, madame.
80 days!
That's what I said.
Damn that man in his yet.
You told us if we came to Calcutta, we would see the infidel that desecrated our temple brought to justice.
Shut up, let me think.
Well, there's no need to be rude.
Every day that that goddess lady slips more of his loot. At this rate, there'll be nothing left to pay his poor detective the reward.
You still owe us our train fare.
Do you mind? I'm soliloquizing. I'm being swept away between here and Bombay, living the high life in some town, sipping gin and sunbathing hellfire.
Calcutta Station! Disembark here for Calcutta.
7 o'clock a.m., October 25th. According to my timetable, we have arrived spot on time. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Now, madam, If you would kindly allow me to escort you to the quay, we shall embark the Rangoon, which will take us to Hong Kong.
Aha! Just one moment, sir. You are Mr. Phileas Fogg.
I am.
And this must be your manservant, Passepartout. If you would like to follow me,
We have a boat to catch.
I'm afraid that's none of my business. At 8:30, you are to appear before Judge Obadiah on a very serious charge.
We've been caught.
This is all my fault, Mr. Fogg. You must leave me behind.
Nonsense. Prosecuted for stopping a barbaric, not to mention criminal tradition, they wouldn't dare show themselves in a court of law.
Please, Mr. Fogg, you have been kind enough. I cannot allow you to suffer for my sake.
Won't hear another word. I have said we shall get you to Hong Kong, and to Hong Kong you shall go.
But how, monsieur? The steamer leaves at midday.
And mark my words, we shall be on it.
Hear ye, hear ye. This court is now in session. All rise for His Honor, Judge Obadiah.
Call first case. Wait one moment, this isn't my wig! Someone has stolen my wig! The audacity! How throw the book at the villain! Your Honor! I'll punish him to the full extent of the law! How dare he wander in here willy-nilly and pinch a fellow's wig? I think I have your wig, Your Honor! And to think I trusted you! Send him down!
I think you have my wig, Your Honor.
Do I? Of course I do! This is your wig, Mr. Oysterpuff! How do you expect a judge to have judgment properly during a clerk's wig? If we didn't have a case to try, I'd hie it before me for diverting the course of justice!
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, what are we waiting for? First case!
Phileas Fogg,
I am here.
Passepartout.
Passepartout. Present. What are we accused of?
Silence when you're speaking to me! Bring in the plaintiffs!
The police who tried to burn Mrs. Iuda.
The priest standing here before you accused you of violating a sacred temple.
Have you heard the charge?
I have, and I plead guilty.
You do?
I do. And I expect this priest to plead guilty to what they were prepared to do to the young lady you see seated here before you. They were about to burn her to death.
Burn who? What is this gobbledygook? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
You're doing perfectly well enough yourself.
Burn! Someone said that's in the middle of Bombay.
Bombay.
A temple was desecrated in Bombay. Shoes are worn in a sacred place.
So this has nothing to do with Mrs. Iuda?
Who the devil is Mrs. Aouda? This is about you, sir, stepping all over Bombay's sacred grounds in your godless shoes.
And here as evidence of his guilt are the shoes of said perpetrator during his act of desecration.
My shoes!
Aha! So it is true. The facts are admitted.
Oh, Marcel, this is all my fault. What are we to do?
All will be well, Passepartout.
15 days prison and a fine of 300 pounds.
300 pounds?
Silence! The master must be held responsible for the deeds of the manservant. Court hereby detains Mr. Phileas Fogg for 8 days and a fine of 150 pounds.
I can't give the warrant just enough time to catch up with me. I've done it. Fogg is as good as mine.
Silence!
Silence in the
Call the next case.
I wish to put up bail.
No!
Your Honor, he is entitled to do so.
Then yes! Damn! And so far as this gentleman and his servant are strangers to my jurisdiction, I will fix bail at 1,000 pounds. Apiece!
Passepartout, pay the man.
The money will be returned to you once you have served your sentence.
And my shoes? The other one? This These the most expensive pair of shoes I've ever owned. I wouldn't mind so much, but they are killing me.
Come, Mrs. Ayuda. We have just enough time to catch the steamer to Hong Kong.
Again, scoundrel Fogg has spoiled my plans again. How the devil does he do it? Another £2,000 down the drain. He'll spend every blasted penny if I don't put a stop to it. Here, you! Get your notebook out and take this down. To the Chief of Police, Calcutta Headquarters. Stop. And boarding SS Rangoon. Stop. Following suspect, Hong Kong. Stop. Send warrant to Hong Kong Police Headquarters immediately. Stop. Of the utmost importance. Stop. Last chance to arrest suspect on British soil. Stop.
Shall I stop?
Stop.
Shall I write that down?
What?
Stop.
No, you idiot! I stopped ages back. Just get it to the Chief of Police. My reputation is at stake here. If he escapes from Hong Kong, we'll have to get extradition papers. Damn that man, there must be someone to deny him.
On board!
October the 25th. Departed Calcutta on the steamship Rangoon. Neither ahead of schedule nor behind. We put into port in the morning.
Mr. Fogg, you have been so kind to me. Without you, my fate would have been sealed. The horrors that awaited me at that temple were unspeakable, and yet you would not rest until you had righted all wrongs. How could I ever hope to repay you?
Think nothing of it. Everything always turns out mathematically.
Mathematically?
Precisely. I trust everything on board is fully to your satisfaction.
Everything, Mr. Fogg.
Splendid.
How beautiful the sunset is this evening. Don't you think, Mr. Fogg?
Merely atmospheric refraction, madam. Makes it terribly difficult to write in one's journal.
I suppose so, though I do think things look so much better under a golden glow.
There is something I need to tell you, Mrs. Ayuda.
Yes?
Something I must confess to you.
Yes?
Something that I would like both you and I to do together.
Yes?
Madam, if you would allow me,
Yes, yes!
I would like to teach you whist. It's a card game. Allow me.
Ah, Monsieur Fix, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, fancy seeing you on the Rangoon.
Extraordinaire. I thought such a journey ended in Bombay.
Unforeseen circumstances pushing on to Hong Kong.
Are you going around the world too?
Oh no, nothing as exotic as that. Just a few days in Hong Kong, that's all. Unfinished business.
Unfinished business, eh? You've been on the Rangoon for 5 days now. Strange I haven't seen you before.
Ah, touch of seasickness. Been laid out in my cabin. What goes down must come up, as they say.
Oh, very colorful.
It was, let me assure you. And there's your Mr. Fogg.
He's punctual as ever. We have a beautiful young woman with us, Monsieur Fix. Magnifique. Saved her from the savages.
Ah, veritable good Samaritans, you and your Mr. Fogg, eh? Why don't we celebrate our bravery with a bit of bonus ribbon?
Eh?
Wet or whistles?
Je ne comprends pas.
Sniffed a nick, tickle a wee tram.
Nope.
Hot drink, Mr. Parsley Part 2, a new glass of gin or two.
Why didn't you say so?
After you?
No, no, Monsieur Fix. After you. Très bizarre. It is very strange it should be on the same route as us so often. Something smells of croissant here. I have it. That man Fix is a spy for the Reform Club, checking that we follow the agreed route. I shall have to keep an eye on this man.
Singapore, ladies and gentlemen.
How long do we stop here, Captain?
Just a few hours, sir. The Rangoon needs to take in a new supply of coal if she's to get us to Hong Kong.
I trust there will be no delays. I am on a tight schedule.
We made excellent time across the Strait of Malacca. We're ahead of time by half a day.
Ah, splendid.
Do you think we could see a little of Singapore, Mr. Fogg? It seems so romantic.
It's not particularly large or impressive, Mrs. Ayuda.
Really?
It lacks mountains to make it attractive.
I should like to see it nonetheless.
Very well. What time do we leave, Captain?
11 o'clock, sir.
Then let us visit Singapore.
I knew it. That man Fix is a spy for the Reform Club. But who is following who now, Monsieur Fix? Who is following who? Let's have a little fun with him. Watch him squirm. Monsieur Peace!
Oh, Mr. Poxy, fancy seeing you here.
Fancy. I must admit, it would be a great shame to see you go when we reach Hong Kong, Monsieur Fix. I've grown accustomed to seeing your face. Everywhere I seem to turn, there you are.
It's a very small ship.
Nevertheless, Bombay, China, surely you'll think of accompanying us just a little further. Maybe you need a holiday. Looking a little under the weather.
I am.
All this traveling must be a great strain. He has the look of a man with a lot on his mind.
I do.
I just hope they're paying you well enough to risk your health.
Damn that Frenchman! How much does he know? And worse still, has he told his master?
I trust all is well, Captain.
A minor irritation, Mr. Fogg. It seems that we're headed for a small typhoon. Typhoon!
Typhoon?
Typhoon! Batten down the hatches, slice the mainbrace, heat to its other not freezes!
Captain, surely a ship this large will have no problem.
It's an English ship.
God save us!
Land ho! Hong Kong is in sight.
Thank heavens for small mercies.
Indeed, madam. We've been going as slow as we were to ride the storm. We've only lost half a day.
Half a day?
We should be in depart on the 6th of November.
We're supposed to be at the port on the 5th. We've missed a steamer for Yokohama.
What a stroke of luck! That gives me just enough time to bring this man Fogg to justice.
Hong Kong, Passepartout. Come, we have a wager to win.
But how, monsieur? We've missed the steamer. The Carnatic has set sail and there's not another one to Japan for another 8 days.
Something always comes along. Come, Mrs. Ayura, let us find your uncle.
But Mr. Fogg, your bet.
Passepartout will purchase tickets for the next steamer to Yokohama.
Passage to Yokohama, did you say? There's one out tomorrow in the morning tide.
Ah, how incredibly fortuitous. In the name of the ship, my good fellow.
Carnatic.
Impossible. The Carnatic sailed yesterday.
It would have if her boilers hadn't gone boom. The engineer's working around the clock. She's leaving tomorrow morning.
Oh, I could kiss.
Air! I don't hold her that French stuff.
Now, Mrs. Ayuda, I trust you are happy enough to search for your uncle, Mr. Jedgeboy.
Of course, Mr. Fogg. You have been so kind.
Think nothing of it. Now, where should we start? A man of such good standing as Mr. Jedgeboy won't be hard to find.
Mr. Jetterboy, you look for him, mister.
I do. Do you know the man?
Who doesn't? He is a man of great standing.
Ah, where can we find him?
Holland. He go 2 years since. He made big fortune. He retired to Holland. Grow tulips.
Are you all right, Mrs. Ayuda?
I am, Mr. Fogg. You have done as you promised, and I am thankful. More thankful than I ever could imagine. You could not ask any more of me, and I could not ask any more of you.
But we've not found your uncle.
You must win your bet, Mr. Fogg. I am a distraction to you. You must not worry about me. I will find a way to survive.
Nonsense. It's quite simple. You shall accompany us to Europe.
I cannot ask this of you, Mr. Fogg.
You did not ask. I insist. Passepartout, secure 3 cabins on the Carnatic.
Oui, monsieur.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Ayuda and I shall be waiting at the club hotel.
Oui, monsieur.
You have shown nothing but kindness, Mr. Fogg. How can I ever repay you?
There is nothing to repay. I would not be able to call myself a gentleman if I ignored a lady in distress. Now, let us reserve 3 rooms at the club hotel for this evening and partake of a little luxury before our journey to Yokohama in the morning.
May I take your arm, Mr. Fogg?
If it makes you feel any safer, my dear lady, then my arm is yours.
Damn! Still no warrant. How difficult can it be? I need to keep this man Fogg here for a few days till the whole game is up. I can't arrest him when he leaves for the soil. Blast this whole situation.
Get home. Still plotting against us? Well, they say keep your enemies close. I'll find out exactly what he's all about. Monsieur Fix! Here we are again! Oh, it seems you cannot bear to be without us. So you are coming to America.
Yes!
Oh, I knew it. Such bonhomie cannot just be thrown away. Voila, here we are. Let us passage our passage on the Carnatic.
You are not gentlemen. The Carnatic is just finished repairs. She sails this evening for Yokohama.
At what time?
8 o'clock tonight and not tomorrow morning as announced.
Chance tonight. That'll suit myself very well. I must tell him right away.
A man must be in league with the devil. Surely you have time for a dinner celebration, Mr. Passing Partout. By my reckoning, you have a few hours. Surely you can raise a glass to the engineer who made this all possible. I know you're partial to a little snifter. And let me tell you this. You haven't experienced Asia until you've tasted the Hong Kong singer.
The Hong Kong singer?
The taste of Orient in a single glass. And I know just the place. Madame Chang's best Hong Kong slingers in all of China. 1 part brandy, 2 parts gin, and a dash of Wahoo.
What's Wahoo?
That's your question. Another?
Wait, maybe just one. Salud! Wow! Whoa!
Now to toast the engineer to put you and Mr. Fong back on track.
We, God bless him and all who sail in him. Wow! Wow! You never get used to it, do you?
That's all the point.
Oh, I really should be going. I need to get these tickets to Monsieur Frog. Monsieur Frog? Frog? Oh, my lips feel funny. My worms are all fiddled. I have to get back to my monster. No? Back to my moisture? I have to get back to my master.
All the dash, you've plenty of time.
Shh! Don't speak. Is the floor moving?
Listen, Mr. Passepartout, I have something very important to tell you.
No. Don't say it. No. Shh. I know everything.
You do?
Oui, but I have outfixed you, Monsieur Fox. No one outsmarts Pacey Partout. The very early in the morning to catch me out. In fact, you have to stay up all night. You, mon ami, are a spy. Happy. You're lucky I haven't told my master yet.
He knows nothing.
Not a thing. You and the Reform Club should be ashamed of yourselves starting Monsieur Fordy's pig.
You think I work for the Reform Club?
Which one of you said that? There you are. Thought you could get away with it too, didn't you?
Listen, I'm not an agent of the members of the Reform Club. I'm a police detective.
Oh, and I'm Napoleon Bonaparte.
You want proof? Here's my commission. You're saying me Mr. Fogg has duped you. He ain't going around the world on a wager. He's stolen £55,000 from the Bank of England. It's the truth. He's hoping to slip away somewhere safe from the law.
How dare you insult my master? Oh, God!
But you know him. The day you started working for him, you went on this wild adventure. And what was he carrying? A bag full of banknotes. The man's a thief and no mistake. You, my friend, are in grave danger of being arrested as an accomplice.
I can't believe it. I won't believe it. Why are you telling me this?
Help me keep him in Hong Kong. Give me just a few days to get the warrant of arrest from London. Worth your while, my little French friend. I'll split the reward with you. £2,000 split between the both of us. 70-30.
Offer me all the tea in China, Monsieur Fix. But I will never betray my master. He is a good, honest, and honorable man.
Then perhaps I'm wrong, Mr. Passepartout. Consider the case closed.
I should say so. Now, I need to get these tickets.
Why, I told you I'd show you the sights of Hong Kong. Here's the best. The mysterious Blue Lotus. Face to launch 1,000 exotic dreams and a body to fulfill each one of them.
There are treasures left unopened in this oriental den. There are places still forbidden to 100,000 men. So explore uncharted waters. There's a lot more here to do. But you'll never find the secret of the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, well, it's a dragon tattoo. Oh, well, it's a dragon tattoo.
Take a chance, unveil my beauty. Just observe each line and curve. Every part is an art, it's your duty to get what you know you deserve. Come find the secret doorway to the state of Xanadu. Well, you'll never find the secret of the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, well, it's a dragon tattoo. Oh, well, it's a dragon tattoo. With the whip on it, she can sink the ship. With the skipper and all of his crew.
But I'll never tell you where we'll find that dragon tattoo. I've an elbow people die for. I've a shoulder much the same. I've a bunch of secret places that I know I shouldn't name. You can find the secret doorway to the state of Xanadu. But you know you'll always wonder where I keep that dragon tattoo.
Oh, well, it's a dragon tattoo. Oh, well, it's a dragon tattoo. You can paint cherry and ginger apple fish. In a pinch, you can do something new.
But I'll never tell you where we'll find that dragon tattoo. Let's go, boys! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
This girl has eaten my
I'll
house.
leave you feeling weak. I've got bumps like the Himalayas.
Shrouded in mystique.
Try something more exotic. Though you may think it's taboo, there's nothing about you but my precious dragon tattoo. You can call me what you want to. Take a sip from the loving cup. I'm the girl you won't remember. You'll regret standing up.
This girl is going to raise her.
The devil's in the detail. I'll show you quite a thing or two.
She'll never tell you where you'll find that I know nothing.
Oh no,
You might have found your honor, but you'll never find the peace.
you can search every inch of my body till you find out. There's nobody see the dragon tattoo.
Never underestimate a Frenchman's love of the fair sex. With that blasted French out of the way, there's no way folk will find out the Carnatic sales tonight. I've done it. I've only gone and called the bloke. Folk is as good as mine.
Surely we cannot leave without Passepartout, Mr. Fogg.
Every effort has been made to make sure all will be well, Mrs. Ayler. I've left large sums of money both at the British and the French consul should he turn up. Now, we had better find the Carnatic.
Excuse me, weren't you a passenger in lodging on Rangoon yesterday, sir?
Indeed, sir. I don't think I've had the honor.
I was hoping to find your servant here.
Passepartout, have you seen him?
What? Is he not with you?
No, he was missing this morning. You don't think he's gone on board the Carnatic without us?
Without you, madam, unthinkable. But I suppose you haven't heard the Carnatic sailed yesterday. I only found out this very morning. 12 hours early, not another full week.
Well, the Carnatic is not the only ship in the harbor, Mr.
Mr. Ball.
Rather singular name.
William Bull Esquire at your service.
Well, I shall charter a boat to Japan for myself.
You'll not find undertaking.
Yo, homie hearty, anyone looking for a boat?
Yes.
Sorry?
I said yes.
Have you a boat ready to sail?
The best in the harbor, Your Honor.
Is she fast?
Like the wind. Is Your Honor looking for a little trip around the bay?
I'm going to Yokohama.
Not in my boat, you ain't. She ain't built to make such a journey.
£100 a day and 200 reward if I get to Yokohama on time.
I could take you to Shanghai.
That's out of the question. I have to meet the steamer for San Francisco in Yokohama.
That steamer does not start in Yokohama. It puts in at Yokohama on its way to San Francisco. It starts in Shanghai.
And you're sure of that?
Sure as there are barnacles below the Plimsoll line. With a swift wind and a calm sea, we're sure to make the 800 miles to Shanghai in time for the evening of the 11th of November.
How soon can we go?
How soon can it get up the gangplank, me arty? Welcome on board the Tankadeer. I'm Captain John Bunsby at your service. And what about your beady-eyed sly companion there?
Mr. Ball, are you needing passage to Yokohama?
Much appreciated, Mr. Fogg. Oh, yes. It's very easy to be kind on other people's money. The villain is doling it out like it's going out of fashion.
Are you coming or not, you shifty little squid?
My name is Ball.
How very singular.
I do not need to advise you. When we get out to open sea, we need to use all possible speed.
We're carrying all the sail the wind to let us. Trust me, Your Honor. The China Sea can be treacherous at this time of year.
Can it?
It can. Typhoon!
What?
Blow it and crack your cheeks!
Well, at least that little upset has carried us forward.
As good a way to look at a typhoon as any, I suppose. Unfortunately, now the wind's died down and we're going slower than ever. Oh, the sea is a fickle mistress, Your Honor.
Does this mean that we will not reach Shanghai in time to catch the steamer for Yokohama?
I will fight to the very end to make sure that the Tankadeer does not let you down.
200 reward if we get there on time.
We'll row it to Shanghai if we have to. All hands on deck. Put your backs into it, lads. Way, haul away. We're rich men if we pull to shore. Way, haul away. We'll go to sea no more. Way, haul away. There's booty here for you and me. Way, haul away. Don't leave us all at sea.
There's some who think this mission imprudent or unwise. This global expedition unfurls before my eyes. It takes an English gentleman to show what can be done. Cross rolling Maine and home again, and then the wager's won.
Mr. Fogg, so crook, I can feel it. Tell me what it is, an open book to a couple such as me. But he's witty and he's clever with the things from one endeavor. So I'm in this leaky vessel feeling low at sea. On my nose for crime, something fishy is a coming, and I know that I'm just a simple prodigy. But I love for a promotion if I just survive this ocean. Though I think I need a bucket cause I might be sick.
Suddenly,
This global expedition unfurls before my eyes. It takes a enormous change to make this show and candy cry. Go slowly, pain and home again, and then the wages wide. The sun will pass its waves, and there goes the sky. This global expedition unfurls before my eyes. It takes a enormous change to make this show and candy cry. Go slowly, pain and home again, and then
Way, haul away, tear up the water as we glide. Way, haul away, we greet the morning tide. Yo ho ho, way, haul away, tear up the water as we glide. Way, haul away, let's meet the morning tide. We're losing out!
send up the distress signal.
Around the world in 80 days. Observe the bug and daring do that Phileas displays. Around the world in 80 days. Against the tide he bravely rides to set the world ablaze. They said he couldn't do it, but let's find George he can. The locust speeding onward and he's landed in Japan. We think that he can do it, despite all delays. It's in 2 months, I'm sure we trust you'll get around the world in 80 days.
Damn it, bless that man. This folk fellow has the luck of the devil. Straight off the Tankadir in Shanghai, on to the General Grant and onward. Will nothing stop this villain?
Around the world in 80 days.
Telegram to Scotland Yard from Inspector Fixstop.
Around the world in 80 days.
The warrant for the arrest of Mr. Fogg has arrived at last stop.
We're here in Yokohama.
My blood is on the boil. 'Cause adding to the drama, we've left bloody British soil. This warrant's less than useless, so please excuse the phrase when I can tell you know quite well. I'll chase the bug around the world in 80 days.
Passepartout was on the Carnatic?
Aye, Your Honor. We had the French on board.
And you're sure of this?
As sure as there's salt in the sea. You don't forget accents like that.
Mr. Fogg, he must be here in Yokohama. Thank the heavens.
I must admit a dash of relief myself, Mrs. Lyuda. We have a little time before the Carnatic sets sail again for San Francisco. Come, let us take a look for our little French friend.
There's nothing for it. I'll just have to staple the belt and wait for folk to get back in British territory. For sure enough, we will, or I can feel it. Let's hope there's enough money left in that loot to reward his captor.
It is of no use, Mrs. Ayuda. Passepartout is nowhere to be found. I'm afraid we're going to have to go on without him.
But Mr. Fogg, he is alone in a strange land.
Never underestimate a Frenchman.
Master!
Passepartout!
I was shanghaied in Singapore. Should I say Singapore? In general, that's what I was. Someone must have found the tickets in my pocket and put me on board the Carnatic. Next thing I know, Yokohama. Oh, if I ever see such lying, cheating, no
Come, no time for plot exposition. We must board the General Grant bound for San Francisco. We are already 42 days into our journey, and I do not wish to waste any more time.
But, Master, I have so much to tell
It's of no importance, Passepartout. We have a boat to catch. Come.
Zut Allah!
Now wait just a minute, old chap. Whoa!
Still with us, you shifty two-faced rat! No, je pas avec moi. Get up and fight like a man, you sniveling snake in the grass. I'd throw you to the sharks if I didn't think they'd throw you back.
Have you quite finished? Now?
Oui, for the moment.
Then allow me a word.
Why should I listen to anything that you have to say?
Because it will be of benefit to your master. You thrashed me good and proper fine, and I deserved it.
May have. Why, I should beat you from here to London.
Which is precisely where your master is going, I know that now.
So you believe he's an honest man then?
Not a bit of it. He's a downright bad and no mistake. Hold off! When Fogg was in British territory, I needed to keep him there in order to wait for a warrant for his arrest. Now that I know he's going back to Blighty, it helps me to make sure nothing prevents him. I want him there just as much as you do, only to prove whether you work for a crook or an honest man.
I know which one he
And
is.
so do I, my lad. So, friends.
Shake hands. I'd rather wring your neck. One hint of treachery and I'll know it to stick that warrant of yours.
Allies then, we both want Fogg to reach British soil.
Agreed. So that can change in an instant.
Mr. Passepartout, I see you know Mr. Ball.
Monsieur Ball? Ah, oui. We're old acquaintances.
I'm so glad we found you. I was so worried. I know what it is to be a stranger in a strange land.
Ah, madame, you have no reason to be worried for me. Monsieur Ferg knows it's like a cat. I will always land on my feet.
Though he didn't say it, I know Mr. Fogg was as distressed as I.
He's a good man, Mrs. Aida. He's the very best of men. This much I know.
I understand. He is so polite and treats me with such respect, but he always seems so distant.
It's the English way. Eccentricity doesn't run to England. It positively gallops. His heart is kind, so Mrs. Aida.
Of that, I am quite sure.
Now, I need to go prepare for our arrival in America. Why don't you take in the on the lower deck? It's a beautiful night tonight, made all the better by being reunited with my friends. Bon nuit.
So we are to reach San Francisco by first light.
Or thereabouts. The towns are good and we have clear skies, Mr. Fogg. We'll get you there in time, don't you worry.
I am an Englishman. I never worry. Come, show me our course.
I used to dream a dream, a foolish, hopeless dream, that I should love the man I wed. But fate conspired to take this from me, till all my hopes and dreams were dead. And in this grand design, my heart was never mine to give exactly how I please. Tradition took my dream and tore it, and threw the tatters on the breeze. But then he came from nowhere to rescue me from that barbaric, dark and savage land. Why does my heart leap up when he is near me? It seems that I shall never understand. What do I know of love? What do I feel? How do I know these thoughts are real? What is this man to me? Why do I tremble so? Is it a dream come true from many moons ago? Does he know I'm here? Can I see a spark of a love unspoken, hidden in the dark? Now I ask the stars shining high above, what do I know? What do I know?
We are making great headway. The weather is favoring us.
Mr. Fogg,
Yes?
it doesn't matter. It was nothing.
What is it, Mrs. Ayuda? Are you unwell?
I am well, Mr. Fogg.
I am glad. Then I shall bid you good night.
Good night. What do I say to him? How could I let him know? Do I just say the words, or do I let him go over a tranquil sea bathed in celestial light? Does he feel the way that I feel tonight? Now I ask the stars shining high above, what do I know? What do I know of love? What do I know? What will I ever know of love?
I ask you, gentlemen, in times like these, who will you vote for? Vote for Camerfield. An honest man will always see you right.
Vote for Manboy. He's the man to get the city moving.
Panda Boy is so crooked. If he ate a quarter, it'd turn out a corkscrew.
Manboy.
Camerfield!
Manboy.
Camerfield!
Manboy.
Camerfield!
Such a clamorous place, Mr. Fogg. I was led to believe that the Americans were civilized.
Who led you to believe it? An American? It looks like the crowd is getting ugly.
It looks like they were long before you arrived. Perhaps we should purchase a set of pistols.
Perhaps. They might come in handy when America becomes too much.
I was thinking to protect ourselves. This place is full of bandits and dangerous animals.
And that's just San Francisco. Passepartout, I want you to run down to the consulate and get the passports stamped. Be back at the railway station as soon as possible.
And the pistols?
As you see fit.
Camerfield!
Manboy.
Camerfield!
Manboy.
Camerfield!
Manboy.
Oh my soul, if I Mr. Fogg.
Mr. Ball!
Who? Ah, yes, of course. Ha ha. To think we've been traveling all this time together.
To think I did not see you on board.
A little mountain man, Mr. Fogg. Not a pleasant journey. Won't come into the details.
Spare me.
Looks like there's about to be a right kerfuffle. Best make a swift exit, Mr. Fogg. In Britain, politicians settle disagreements by shooting off their mouths, and they do it with guns.
I don't approve of political jokes, Mr. Ball. I've seen too many of them get elected.
Why, that man couldn't pour piss out of a boot if the instructions was written on the hill.
My dear sir,
Dang it! A lie, man.
moderate your language.
Listen, you pea-eyed son of a side, white and brown snake. We got the freedom of speech in this country, so shut your mouth.
So much for free speech.
Hey there, little darling. Why don't you
Kindly unhand the lady, sir, or it will be the worse for you.
The worst for me? Why, you lily-livered greenhorn, be beating you lammies once so we can do it again. I got saddle sores tougher than you.
Gentlemen, please.
What is your name?
Colonel Stamp W. Proctor.
My name is Mr. Phileas Fogg. I want you to remember that when you tell your grandchildren about the day you were taught a lesson by an Englishman.
Careful! You might miss those pretty little pants. You sorry excuse for a mom's boy.
Are we going to trade insults, or are you going to give me satisfaction?
Well, you asked for it.
Now, gentlemen.
I remember you, Bob. You ain't getting away so easily, you yellow-bellied varmint.
I shall await the day eagerly, Colonel Stamp W. Proctor. This matter is not settled.
Mr. Fogg, the train!
Of course. Mr. Ball, can you walk?
I ain't been at that odd since my last tax bill.
All aboard!
Excuse me, there seems to be quite a disturbance out in the streets.
It's an election rally.
With all that rowdiness and fighting, who were they electing?
A new justice of the peace. All aboard!
have a barrel of pistols in this bag. Any funny business and I won't hesitate to use them. They don't convict me in this country for shooting rattlesnakes.
The Pacific Railroad, ocean to ocean, gentlemen, a feat of American engineering. One uninterrupted strip of metal stretching 3,786 miles between San Francisco and New York.
And not a day gained, nor a day lost.
It's starting to snow.
Good God, fog's in the Union Pacific. 7 days and he'll be in New York. The newspapers are full of it.
They're always full of it.
Well, looks like you stands to the fair if he succeeds.
He won't. America is full of Americans, rattlesnakes, and scorpions. One of them will at least stop him in his tracks.
Ugh! The train has stopped.
What's the hold up?
Herd of buffaloes.
Of course I've heard of buffaloes. What do you take me for? I am a Frenchman, not an imbecile.
Reminds me of the difference. There's a herd of buffaloes crossing the track. We have to wait till they pass.
What a country. Out to ransom by the contents of a barbecue.
Good Lord, this fog fellow never ceases to amaze me. What is it now? They've reached Utah, the Great Salt Lake. Strange lot there.
Don't the men practice bigamy?
No, they practice polygamy. Bigamy is having one wife too many.
Sounds like monogamy to me.
He stopped again. I cannot believe myself. Ferg's asleep. Surely he must be worried that we're on schedule.
Terrible news.
More buffalo?
Worse. Colonel Proctor is on the train.
Proctor? The one who fought me in San Francisco, where is he?
I have just seen him in the corridor a few carriages back. What are we going to do if Mr. Fogg sees him? Who knows what will happen?
You're right, madam. I'll take care of the blackguard.
Mr. Fogg won't let anyone find his battles. You should know that by now. This is a disaster.
Damn that man's pride. Any encounter will surely delay Mr. Fogg.
Then he must not step foot out of this carriage until we reach New York.
But how?
Traffic, you hold it back!
Can a fella get some shut-eye without being woken by a horde of howling coyotes? Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit if it ain't that limey low.
Colonel Stamp W. Proctor.
The self-same, and I'm a-fixin' to settle some old scores with your Fogg.
I haven't got a clue what you said, but I demand satisfaction from you, sir.
But I'm the one he fought.
When this ruffian took hold of Mrs. Iuda here, he insulted both myself and the British Empire. He now piles fresh kindling on the fire.
Stop flapping your lips, it's just noise.
I shall have satisfaction.
Wherever and whenever you like.
I have business to be settled in London first, sir. Give me 6 months and I shall return to wreak havoc upon you.
6 months? If you think you're getting out of here alive, you must be crazier than a snake's armpit. We'll soon be in Plum Creek. There's a 10-minute stop there. Plenty of time for me to put a bullet through that fine limey brain of yours.
Very well, Plum Creek it is.
We've had to stop the train.
Damnation!
The bridge has become unstable. Must have been the snow swelling the river. It won't stand the weight of the train.
Well, sure, we ain't gonna stay here to be snowed in. We're on a tight schedule.
Nothing to be done. I telegraphed the station in Omaha, but the message probably won't arrive for another 6 hours.
6 hours?
Sure, it's gonna take us that long to get there anyway on foot.
On foot?
How far's the next station?
12 miles on the other side of the river.
12 miles in the snow! It's colder than the penguin's ass out there! Listen here, you sniveling bucket of bobcat bile! This train is getting over that damn bridge if I have to pull it there myself!
There is an easier way of doing this. Simply get the train up to top speed and we can hurtle across before the bridge has a chance to collapse under the weight.
Ah, of course.
What? Yes. Get the engine driver to pull the train back a mile by my calculations. That should give us at least a 60% chance of getting across.
60%?
But sir!
We can curl up in the snow to die, or we can die trying.
Marcel, is this wise? I can't help thinking it'd be better for us passengers to cross the bridge fast and let the train come after.
Too late. Train's picking up speed.
Douse the gas lamps. Before If we survive the jump, the last thing we want is for fire to break out into carriages.
We're gonna make it.
Mon Dieu!
That bridge looks like it's on its last legs.
There goes the bridge.
Now, back to business. This train will be stopping in Plume Creek in an outside. You better cash in your ticket, because that's about as far as you're going, Fog.
As you wish.
Ain't you heard? We ain't stopping at Plum Creek. We're behind schedule. We gotta make up time.
Dang! You ain't getting off so easy. Take out your gun, Fog. We're gonna do it right here.
As you wish.
6 paces. Wait a gosh darn minute. Who shot the first round?
I have no idea.
Well, it weren't me and it weren't you.
Train robbers!
What?
Mon Dieu! Out of the fire, cutting into the fire!
I thought this whole thing only happened in plays!
Depends a train, Marcel!
Give me a gun.
You, Mrs. Ada, you know how to shoot a gun?
Of course, I was educated in England.
Good shot, Miss Ada!
Runaway train. It's going too fast. Let's shut the driver. The end is gonna have to be unhinged for all goners.
I will do it.
No, I'll do it. Remember, Marcel, I'm an ex-circus acrobat. I'll be able to do it easily. Oh, I knew this was coming on this Sunday.
Monument Blue's a fool!
Now he is a hero.
He'll get himself killed. This fool is flying everywhere. Look at him. Climbing the side of the train. What is he gonna do on the roof?
I suspect he's climbing the carriages to get to the engine.
Great horny toad! He unhitched the train!
The carriage is slowing.
It's the fart cranny cavalry.
We're saved. Look, the bandits are put to flight.
Well, I do declare, Mr. Fogg, it seems I owe you an apology. Any man who handles a gun like that is worth knowing. To fight next to you is both an honor and a privilege. I reckon I went off half-cocked and I humbly beg your pardon.
I accept your apology, Colonel Proctor.
Looks like we're a few hundred yards from Fort Kearney Station. It'll be some time before the train will be able to go on its way.
More delays, damnation.
Huh?
I have no doubt that I shall reach my destination on time, Mr. Ball. Meanwhile, we should wait at the station. Game of whist, anyone?
But Mr. Fogg, where is Passepartout?
Passepartout!
He's been kidnapped by those bandits, I reckon.
Then he must be saved.
But the train on journey.
That man risked his life to save us. I will not leave him in the hands of those barbarians. Mrs. Iuda, would you kindly look after my luggage? I shall be as swift as possible.
Where are you going?
To save Passepartout.
I'll go with you. Keep you in my sight.
Excuse me.
No, we need to put this right.
If you'd like to oblige me, sir, I'd rather you stay here and make sure this lady is safe.
Fort Kearney is where I was headed, Mr. Fogg. I have horses waiting. Consider it my pleasure to fight alongside you once more. We'll give those bandits a run for their money, and your man will be back with us. Look at his face.
Poor Passepartout, and after so much heroism.
Are you sure Mr. Fogg will return?
Of course he will. He is a man of his word. Why would you say such a thing?
Just thinking aloud, madam. It's a fool's errand if you ask me. The snow's already covered up the tracks.
The train's been rehitched and we're off. All aboard! Next stop, Omaha!
Wait, what about Mr. Fogg and Passepartout?
We're already 5 hours late, Missy.
But we can't leave without them.
Well, if you ain't fixing to get on, you have to wait for the next train from San Francisco.
And when does that pass here?
Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow?
Evening.
It'll be too late. We have a ship to catch in New York. You can't leave us stranded.
Then you best take your seats on this one.
I shall not.
And I'm mighty sorry. All aboard!
Oh, damn it! Blast the hill! Oh, excuse me.
It's quite all right. I was thinking the same myself.
To have survived all that and then to be left to freeze in the middle of this godforsaken wilderness while the train speeds off to New York.
Well, there's nothing for it. We'd better take shelter. It looks like it's going to snow again.
Faster, Colonel Proctor, we're gaining on them.
Hold on in there, Reggie! Where am I coming? You like Mr. Ball, I'll take it.
Farewell, Colonel Proctor.
Aim a little higher! That last one nearly got me!
Jump, man, jump.
Good luck, Lyman. Now here's where the adventure begins. Yahoo!
Master!
No time for galloping motion, Passepartout. We have a train to catch.
He's been gone an hour since I'll never survive this freezing night air.
There is nothing Mr. Fogg cannot do. If he sets his mind on it, then it is as good as done.
But
Look! There! A tiny speck of light! It's a lantern! It's Passepartout! And there is Mr. Fogg!
what's he trying to do? We could have escaped and yet he came back. The scoundrel came back.
Oh, my friends, you are safe! Oh, I have been so worried!
The bandits didn't stand a chance.
The train's only gone and left us in the middle of this godforsaken wilderness.
Seems I've cost my master dear.
And the next train?
Tomorrow evening.
Ah.
But don't you fret, Mr. Fogg. I've had a pretty little sport of luck. I've met a man.
Oh, I'm sure you'll both be very happy.
Let me finish. We're getting the hours you've lost until we catch a steamer from New York to Omaha. New York to Liverpool. We just have to head off the train in Omaha.
How?
Mr. March!
Here she is, the high-plains drifter. Ain't she a beauty?
Are you proposing we travel by sled?
Do you need to get to New York in time to catch the steamer?
Yes.
Then sled it is.
We could all break our necks. So at this point, some necks are less breaking.
It's the only chance to get to New York in time.
This little darling glides across the plains like a feather on the wind.
That's very poetic.
I have my moments, little lady.
And you're sure this is safe?
As safe as Wall Street.
What was that?
Just a prairie wolf. A crazy, stinking, ravenous, flesh-eating prairie wolf.
Oh, that's fine then.
My little beauty has outrun whole packs of them. You're safe, as long as nothing gives way.
You're a cherry one, ain't you?
What's that noise?
The iron cables attached to the sail.
Perfect fits.
Yep, they have their own song to sing and I have mine.
A song?
When you've lived your whole life on the wild frontier, little lady, nature stirs a song in the blood. Every frontiersman knows it, passed down from generation to generation. We sing a lonely song to the river and the pine tree. No one here to find me but the morning star. We drift across the plain like the snow across the prairie. Only you know where we are. You will show me the way. All my life I have lived for this day. Lift me high to the place I shall roam, and you'll hear on the breeze, I am home. Morning star, you will show me the way. All my life I have lived for this day. Lift me high to the place I shall roam, and you'll hear on the breeze, I am I am home.
Look, there are lights on the horizon.
Yep, Omaha Station. And there, folks, is your train to New York.
Hi, Sarah. Any news on the bank robbery?
Indeed. Our bloodhounds have him almost run to ground. One of our detectives is in hot pursuit of a suspect as we speak.
By Jove, it's good to know that we can all sleep safely in our beds.
You've obviously never slept with my wife.
Good God, the thought of it.
I'd rather you didn't.
And what about Fog?
Not a dicky bed. Last we had, he was halfway across America.
I went to America once.
Did you go for pleasure, or did the wife go with you?
Went alone, full of dangerous beasties. I don't envy Fog.
He's probably been eaten by a grizzly bear or some other unfortunate creature. I can safely say he's not going to win this wager. Good Lord, have you seen this? It says that Fogg is the fiend who robbed our bank. I knew it. Always thought he was shifty. Eyes too close together.
I don't believe a word of it. It's written here in black and white. Phileas Fogg. I always wonder where he made his money.
You know what this means, don't you? He'll have to give up his membership to the club.
The man could be anywhere on earth.
But where?
Read all about it. A intrepid British explorer Phileas Fogg arrives in New York. Read all about it.
My good man, could you tell me where the steamship China set sail for Liverpool?
Buy paper and I'll spill the beans.
Now, tell me, where's the steamship China?
You're out of luck. Left port 45 minutes ago, and there ain't another for 2 days.
Dieu, c'est une catastrophe!
There's more than one way to skin a cat, Passepartout.
A cat? We're skinning a cat. What has this cat ever done to us? And why are we wasting our time skinning it?
Figure of speech.
Oh.
I did not set out on this endeavor to fail, and I do not intend to start now. There are always alternatives. We shall search the docks for a vessel fast enough to get us to our destination on time. Mrs. Iuda, you shall accompany me, if you please. Passepartout, you and Mr. Ball, shall search the banks of the Hudson. We meet back here at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
What is a pretty hard to do if I'd have known before all folk wanted to do was get back in England? I'd have helped him on his way.
This is all my fault. I have done nothing but cause delays. I mean, chased by police, kidnapped by bandits, shanghaied in Singapore. The army of 45 minutes has cost my master's bet.
There's nothing for it, my lad. We're going to have to work together in order to get folk back to England.
I'd rather guess a rabid dog.
Well, that's the French for you. We've braved the stormy weather. I'm stuck with you.
Left here alone together, I am stuck with you.
You're like a dose of blue that you try but just can't shake free.
But I am stuck with you and you with me. Hey, you know what? Maybe it's time to unbound the hatches.
Yes!
In your head.
Just like a fighting bones, I'm stuck with you.
Just like my kidney stones, I'm stuck with you.
I'd rather amputation without sedation, you
see. But I am stuck with you and you with me. You're quite bereft of any saving grace. It's written in your face. You're a cad.
Well, that's too bad.
Just like a shooting pin, I'm stuck with you.
Just like a coronal strain, I'm stuck with you. It wouldn't be so frightening if lightning struck you in two.
But you are stuck with me and I with you. You make my stomach clench, but I'm stuck with you.
You're senseless and you're French, but I'm stuck with you.
I'd have a full colonic, it's so ironic, it's true. I'd rather stay right here, stuck with you. It seems I'm out of luck, I'm just a sitting duck. So what is a man to do? 'Cause you are stuck with me and I am stuck with you.
With you.
With you. With you. With you. With you.
Watch what you're doing with that, or I'll nail your gizzards to the yardarm.
Faster, you pack of bilge rats! We have to catch the tide!
Bordeaux bound, and all I have to get me there is a set of slovenly flotsam and jetsam like you. We'll be lucky to make it out of the harbor.
What are we to do, Mr. Fogg? This is the very last ship.
Where there is a will, there is a way, Mrs. Iuda. Excuse me, are you the captain of this vessel?
No, I'm just some lunatic who loves spouting nautical phrases.
I'm Phileas Fogg of London.
Captain Andrew Speedy of Cardiff.
Are you getting ready to leave?
What does it look like?
Where are you headed?
Bordeaux, and I don't take passengers if that's what you're hitting at.
She looks like a fast ship.
The Henrietta's as fast as any I could name.
Will you take me to Liverpool?
We set sail for Bordeaux, and Bordeaux is where we're going. Liverpool, I'd rather sail to hell.
I'm willing to pay.
Not at any price.
I'd like to speak with the owner.
I am the owner.
I'll charter it from you.
No.
I'll buy it from you.
No.
Then take me to Bordeaux.
No, not even for $200.
I offer $2,000.
Per head?
Per head. 4 of us. $8,000.
I'm leaving as soon as we're ready. If you're coming, you'd better be on board. We sail with the tide.
Not a ship to be had for love nor money.
We have a ship, and it wasn't for love. $8,000.
Strap me.
Don't tempt me.
Captain Speedy, will you take me to Liverpool?
Not a chance. Bordeaux is where we'll put into port.
Are you sure?
Sure as I am of the tides.
Then you leave me no alternative. Gentlemen,
Down rise, Mr. Fogg! This is mutiny! Treason on the high seas! Pirates! Blackguards! I'll see you all swing for this!
I'm taking command of this vessel, Captain Speedy. Take him below, gentlemen.
I'll have your lights and livers for this. You just see if I don't, you mangy build smuggling some punk shark bait.
This ain't exactly legal, Mr. Fogg.
Needs must when the devil drives. If we are to arrive in London on time, the Henrietta must land at Liverpool and not Bordeaux.
This is piracy.
Captain Speedy will be well looked after. I give you my word as a man of honor and as an Englishman.
The Grand Banks of Newfoundland. These are dangerous waters, and the fog can suddenly blind you.
Hold her at full steam.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Passepartout, take the helm.
Shut up.
December the 16th, 75 days since our departure. We have now crossed halfway across the Atlantic. This bitter winter weather has delayed us, but the Henrietta still battles bravely on.
We've lost ring, Captain. She's relying on steam alone, and what coal we had won't get us to Bordeaux, let alone Liverpool in full steam.
I shall give it my utmost attention. Keep the pressure in the engines, stoke up the fires, and full steam ahead until we have no fuel left.
But, Captain,
Do as I say, and all will be well. 18th of December, 77th day. Continuing at full steam, all seems to be well.
that's it, Captain Fogg. We're out of coal.
Keep the fires stoked and don't let them go out. Passepartout, I want you to fetch me Captain Speedy.
Oh, you shall?
It'll be like letting a tiger loose on deck.
Then fetch me a whip and a chair. I have an idea.
You damn mutinous son of a sea serpent!
And a very good day to you too, Captain Speedy.
Where the blistering blazes are we?
770 miles east of Liverpool.
I'll see you hanging from a gibbet, you piratical perpendicular ponce!
I want you to sell me your ship.
No! By all the fiery pits of hell! No!
The fact is, I'm going to have to burn it.
Burn my ship! You're madder than a rum-soaked rat!
Yes, well, at least anything flammable. We have run out of fuel.
Burn my ship! A ship worth $50,000!
Here is $60,000.
Bloody hell, that's 20,000 pounds by my reckoning.
Just the flammable parts, I'll still get to keep the iron hull and machinery.
Agreed?
Agreed. Right! What are you all standing about for? Strip the vessel of anything that can pass as fuel! Jump to it, lads! We have to get to Liverpool!
Let me tell you something, Captain Speedy. If I am not in London by 8:45, the evening of the 2nd of December, I stand to lose a wager of £20,000. You refused to take me to Liverpool. That is why I had to take such extreme measures.
But that refusal made me at least $50,000. I swear by the devil, Mr. Fogg, you stand by your principles and I raise my hat to you.
We have burned all that there is to burn, Marcel.
There must be something more.
Not to sing.
And we're done for.
Land ho!
11:45, December the 21st. We have arrived in Liverpool, a mere 6 hours from London.
British soil at last. In the name of Queen Victoria, let it!
No! I'm sorry, Marcel. It's all my fault.
I will hear nothing of the sort.
But if only I hadn't...
If you know one thing about me, Passepartout, if only is not a phrase I am accustomed to.
You'll stay here the night before we deliver you tomorrow morning, sir.
Tomorrow morning?
No, we have to be there tonight.
You can go wherever you like, my lad, but Mr. Fogg is being entertained at Her Majesty's request, and his invite is for once.
Please
so
make
if you-
sure Mrs. Iuda is comfortable, Passepartout.
But, Mr. Fogg,
You are my concern, Mrs. Iuda. I shall see that you are safely taken care of.
You've led me a right old dance, Mr. Fogg. If I say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I always get my man.
Two o'clock. Well, old man, it seems time is not on your side for once. Damn!
I have always been a man who never faltered, ever knowing what I did was always right. And the path I chose had never once been altered. It was written there in simple black and white, as dependable as sunrise, as steadfast as a star, as upright as a tower. That's the way we British are. I have never once called into question anything I've done. So why has this uncertainty begun? Would have, could have, should have. Will I fill my life with phrases such as these? Would have, could have, should have. Lived my life as though it had no guarantees. Would have, could have, should have. Why these feelings now when I have been so sure? Would have, could have, should have. Am I regretting all the things I've done before? Should I look over my shoulder at the things I didn't do? Or look to the horizon for a chance of something new? There's a world that's full of wonders, but I never looked around. I have always just remained with both my feet upon the ground. How can a man be whole without a soul to soar on high? If I could, would I? If I would, should I? If I should, could I?
Unfortunate like this, bagging in a fever arrested 3 days ago. It seems I grossly misjudged you, sucking in like a common criminal. Please forgive me again.
No time to gloat, Posse. We must try to retrain to London.
I think it's time to retire.
Fogg vindicated, mistaken identity. Real bank robber arrested in Edinburgh. Read all about it.
Here at last, Sir, London.
10 minutes to 9. 5 minutes late. I have lost my wager.
How is he?
He hasn't spoken a word. Not a single word since we got back. He never needed riches, Mrs. Ada. That wasn't the aim of his bet. It was honor alone. And how's the last of his fortune is forfeit to the members of Reform Club. My poor master.
Mr. Fogg is ruined. If I could only speak with him, if I could speak my heart, pour out my gratitude to him. If you had never set eyes on me, you would have returned to London in time.
No, Mrs. Ada. I'm afraid this is all my fault.
I blame no one. I took the bet and I alone.
Still, I'm sorry.
What for? I could not have hoped for better traveling companions. Now, if you please, Passepartout, I should like to speak with the lady.
Oui, what's up?
Hello?
I'll go and test something.
Madam, can you forgive me for having brought you to England?
I forgive you.
I took you from your own country, a country which had become so dangerous for you, and made you a stranger in a strange land.
You snatched me from a dreadful fate, rescued me from a horrible death. Never regret what you have already done for me, Mr. Fogg.
I have no regrets, but one.
One?
I had hoped to bestow some of my wealth upon you. Your life would have been happy and free, Mrs. Ayuda. I was a wealthy man then. Now I am penniless. Still, whatever I have is yours.
What will become of you, Mr. Fogg?
I, madam, need nothing.
Have you no friends to turn to?
None.
Relatives?
Not a one.
Then I am truly sorry, Mr. Fogg. Loneliness is the greatest poverty of all. Sometimes one puts up walls, not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down.
So it is said, madam.
I care, Mr. Fogg. I have known this since first I met you. Would you like both a friend and a relative?
I'm not sure I quite understand you.
Would you have me for your wife, Mr. Fogg?
Passepartout!
Master?
Run to the Reverend Samuel Wilson in Marrowbone. Wait, is it too late to get married tomorrow?
It's never too late, Marcel.
Monday, tomorrow morning. Monday it is then.
Oh, vive l'amor!
My darling Ayuda. I've been so blind that I let life just pass me by, a shadow drifting through the haze. There was no color in existence, vanished all the endless grays. And this I know full well, I was an empty shell with nothing in my world but me. I never stopped just once to question, is this the way it is to be? But then you came from nowhere to rescue me from this forlorn and solitary land. Why does my heart leap up when I am near you? It's something I begin to understand. I travel eternity just to find you. Who else could make me feel so new? Suddenly wide awake, suddenly I can sing. You are the only one to set my spirit free.
Over the land and sea, love always finds a way, growing strong with each and every passing day.
You are my morning star, shining high above. This much I know, this much I know.
This much I know,
My one and all.
my son.
Pablo, you're right. Reverend Wilson,
Did the dog collar give it away?
I need you to perform a marriage.
Shotgun wedding, is it?
No, it's for my master, Phileas Fogg.
The Phillies flag? Traveling around the world in 80 days?
Exactement. He needs to be married tomorrow.
Out of the question, I'll be busy.
Busy on a Monday.
Monday? Tomorrow's Sunday. Busiest day of the week.
Sunday?
All day.
Wait, what day is it today?
Saturday the 21st of December.
Sacre bleu, we're ahead of ourselves!
Wait, you mean to say Mr. Fogg is back in London?
We!
I better go put a bet on.
Master! Master!
Calm down, man. It's not Bastille Day.
It's Saturday, the 21st of December. We arrived on Friday, 24 hours ahead of ourselves.
Nonsense.
It's true.
Wait. We traveled eastward around the world.
We
crossed the international date line. Passepartout, what time do you make it?
8:30 exactly.
Correct. We have exactly 15 minutes to get to the Reform Club. Ayuda, if you please.
Oh, what a day.
Well then, Stuart, we have it 5 minutes before Fogg sees you in the club. If he had been on the 7:23 train from Liverpool, he'd be here by now.
We can therefore assume that we have 1 hour back.
Let's not jump to any conclusions. Gentleman Fogg is the incarnation of the god of punctuality.
It's well known how exact he is in everything. Never too early, never too late. Wouldn't be surprised if he showed up here at the very last minute.
Fiddle faddle! I wouldn't believe it if he was here before my very own eyes. You cannot go around the world in 80 days.
The man was on a fool's errand. Any number of things could have delayed him.
He has lost, gentlemen. Lost hands down.
8:44 and 15 seconds.
He's cutting it fine.
He's probably a day behind schedule.
8:44 and 30 seconds.
He couldn't be here now on time if his life depended on it.
8:44 and 45 seconds.
50 seconds.
55, 4, 3, 2.
Fog! 8:45 precisely, I believe, gentlemen.
Good God, a woman? And in the club?
Yes, gentlemen. Times are changing. Madam, do you still wish to marry me?
Mr. Fogg, it is I who should be asking this question. You made me that promise when you were a poor man. Now you are rich.
And whatever I have is yours, my dear lady.
And you shall always have my heart, Mr. Fogg.
Around the world in 80 days, you'll never get a better bed. It's Britain's latest craze. Around the world in 80 days, you'll never guess your happiness is found in different ways. We didn't think he'd do it, but yes, right, George, he did. He's only gone and done it and won 20,000 quid. There's a happy ever after, despite the long delays.
That's the way things ought to be, and we proved it, mon ami.
Anything is possible in age.